Hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday and kind of coming up on the end of April. I am Strange Tangent, as always, and joined by my ever amazing and lovely wife, Mrs. Strange, aka Red Panda. Hope everyone is having a great day. Hope that you got caught up on episode one. If you did not, please make sure you go check that out on YouTube. We'll make sure that as well, if you're watching this video on YouTube, that'll be in the playlist so you can be able to go back and watch episode one and then watch this episode here. We'll link episode three once episode three comes out. So, all right. So I'm trying to remember where we were at with the case.
So we were able to rule out Aura in that first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she, based on her timeline, I think is how we were able to figure it out. She was still in the gym, supposedly at the same time that he died.
That's right. The photo
right, yeah.
with that had the clock in it, so we were able to tell that she was still in the gym at the time of that. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so looks like with this episode, it looks like we've got some more evidence that we'll be digging through to be able to try to eliminate another suspect. I've got all those documents uploaded into the Discord that we have access to as of right now. So there you go. There's that Discord link. Right? Welcome in, Silent Moon. So there is those links right there, okay? So make sure you get those checked out. And then, we'll dive in. I think get ready to just dive into this case. So you're seeing right there. Got on this. Right there. There we
go. Which is weird because the opposite. I pointed to the
opposite.
Right,
yeah.
Weatherman.
So we do have some evidence bags, and look at that, our light came back on. All right.
Don't speak, it might turn
I know,
back on
right?
again.
Exactly. It's haunted, okay? That's what it is. The light's haunted. We're doing these murder mystery cases, and ever since we started doing these murder mystery cases, our light starts flickering and all kinds of, I don't know. Coincidence? I don't think so. All right. Oh, man.
Yawning, sorry. Bad yawns.
All right. Let's see. So what do we have?
Evidence baggies and stuff inside of them. And everything he wants to break all the rules and like dump it out and start going all over it. That's exactly what you're not supposed to do, but this one's already looking kind of interesting because it's got a face on it. Like there's a face shining through the bag, which is really creepy.
Okay.
So there's that.
Salmon says, salt, get the salt. Yep, exactly.
Big time, yes. Oh, look at that. There's something in it as I very not gracefully open it.
Okay, so it's a little like
a note or something. Oh, this is a Rex.
Okay.
So should we do that now or wait?
We can. I did not realize there was something in that, so that is not scanned into
I can
Discord.
take a photo of it and Discord it in a second. So this was one of the items mentioned, I think, in that first episode. There was like a list of stuff that was found at the scene of the crime.
It was an evidence list.
And there was a mint tin that was definitely mentioned. That's what this sounds like. But it was weird because it sounded like it had like a dirty picture of a woman on it. And that's just a scared woman.
Yeah. Graphic illustration on front of a woman. So yeah. So,
I
like
read graphic illustration of a woman like pornographic. So like that's not what I'm thinking.
Graphic is in like comics, like graphic magazine. Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm just like that's such an odd thing to specify on the.
I swear, Chad, I can't take her anywhere. All right, so it looks like we've got for the mint tin. It says that it was location that it was found was in the car, on the back seat.
Okay.
So,
it has a script in it for Arthur, which is interesting if it was found in Charlie's vehicle. So let me get this taken picture of and get it up on the site for you guys here.
Okay.
So it's a script for Valium or diazepam. It's a medication we commonly use for seizures, but it's meant for quite a few other purposes, my understanding. So maybe see why he's on it.
For anxiety.
Oh, well, there you go. For those that,
Yeah.
Or smart enough to read the script
for anxiety. See, look, I can be a doctor too.
I can see,
look, right? Yeah. See? Yo, exquisite. What is up? All right.
Oh, sorry, I killed the mic already.
Oh, that's okay. All right, so we'll get that scanned and uploaded into the amazing Discord as well. So in that Discord, there is a section called Hunt a Killer, a channel for Hunt a Killer. There is an active thread every time we do one of these episodes. I will make an active thread, and that is where we will discuss everything to do with this episode. That just helps keep, anyone that wants to join in on the Discord and you're afraid of maybe spoilers of future episodes. Maybe you're doing this case yourself and you're working on episode 1 and you happen to stumble and you want to join in Discord. Don't worry, we have it separated out. So if you're working on episode 1 and you can look through our Discord, you can find that thread and be able to open it up and see what we've been able to discuss and what things were talked about during that time. And then same thing for episode 2. We have that thread. So that thread is active as of right now. It'll be active for a week, and then it can always be reactivated as well. So, that's okay, Exquisite.
Okay, double check me before I do this. Do I need to go to something specific for the second thing, or am I already on it?
You can just go right here where the threads are.
Oh, that's just easier.
Yep, and then click on that thread. There you go.
Thank you. I was like, I don't see your stuff, so I knew I wasn't in the right spot.
Yep. So all I ask is for in the Discord, right, to help anybody that's trying to make sure we don't have any spoilers or anything like that. Just if you're going to be discussing anything from, and there it is, from episode 1, just go back to that thread and we can reopen it and talk about stuff from specifically from episode 1. But episode 2, we can talk about anything from episode 1 and episode 2 in this thread for this, that'll be live and active for the next week. Just so that no one ends up like logging in and opening it up and having any kind of spoilers if they decided they want to join. All right.
It's so much funner if they would have filled out the front of this like it was like fully legit and had the tape and everything.
Well, that was evidence marker C. So there you go. You want a permanent marker?
Actually, I do have one, but my handwriting is actually worse than yours.
Yeah, do you want me to mark it?
I think so.
Okay.
Help us keep track of all this.
We'll say Here, let me write on. So what is that?
So it's definitely a class ring. There's 1998 on one side, the letter CM on the other, so we could probably assume that's Charles's then. And then CFHS on the front of it. Can you even see it, babe? In the thingy, can they even see it?
You might need to bring it up closer to the camera. See if it'll autofocus. There it goes. Yeah, CFH, so Chestnut Falls High School.
Yeah, and then 98 on one side,
and
then his initials on the other.
Okay. Yeah. So this was in, location of collection was in car.
Yeah. Those are kind of fun.
All right, so there we go. So we got that one at least marked that it was item number C, and that it was location of collection was in the car in the back seat. I'm not going to write out the description.
No. I think that's perfect.
60 pills and 6 refills. Yeah, that is kind of
exquisite. It's pretty on the money because it's a controlled substance. So
right.
There's a lot of rules when it comes to controlled substances and how the drugs can be written for.
Yeah.
So I just think the handwriting is curious too.
Right. So we'll see who. Who. I couldn't read what the signature was at the bottom.
It's something Foster. It's the name of the doctor that is on the script pad. So
okay.
Dr. Foster, MD.
Okay.
It looks like it says like a Benny or Beth or I don't even know. Something Foster.
Okay.
So it could be a male or a female. We don't check.
So we got the ring is going to be evidence marker B. And then that was also found in the car on the passenger side floor.
Checking really fast because I'm kind of curious because we already got Arthur's timeline from him. I don't remember him saying anything about interacting with Charlie that night.
Right.
I was thinking that sounds kind of interesting because he definitely was at the school with Aura at some point.
Right? Get it? Get it? I get it, Exquisite. I get it. I see what you did there. All right, so there we go. So now we've got the evidence bags marked. So there you go. So there's evidence item B. There's item C. Inside of our website that we're using as well, I've got those marked as that we've received those and that we have them. And then, yeah, so there we go. And then,
Does it stay saved out of curiosity?
nope, it does not,
Oh,
unfortunately.
It's okay.
Oh, well. So, yo, Subarus, welcome in. So there we go. For anyone that is joining here recently, there you go. In the Discord, we've got the Discord is set up. So all of this, majority of this evidence that we're going through for this case can be found in the Discord under the Hunted Killer section. We have an active thread for episode 2, Class of 98, that you can check out and see the paperwork. So do we want to dive into what's inside of the envelope?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, something already caught my eye here. Love note. I want to know about that.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So there we go.
And I'm seeing this for the first time along with all of you guys. He peeks at it just enough to copy, and
Yeah.
that's it. So
That's pretty much it. Although I do know you're really going to like this case.
Am I?
Yeah, you're going to really enjoy this episode. I mean,
nice.
I do know that with just based on the evidence that I was able to scan in, I have a very strong feeling that you're going to be happy with it. So,
Yay.
yeah, and again, those that may be just coming in, we are on episode 2 of Hunted Killer. So we are trying to investigate and solve the murder of Charles MacDonagh, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've already eliminated one. We've already eliminated one suspect,
Which
but
would be his cousin. We eliminated his cousin.
yeah, we eliminated his cousin, and then so now we're on to episode 2 and going from there. So the gel pen. Wait, what? Do you have a gel pen? Oh, did you have a gel pen? Oh, yeah.
How would she know that? I don't know how Exquisite would have known that. That was not invisible that I know of at any point.
Oh, the love letter.
That's better, yes. So I was going, no, that was not out yet.
Oh, yeah. So she hasn't seen that yet. She hasn't seen that yet, Exquisite.
Ah!
Right, Severus? It's always the wife. It's always the wife.
You may or may not have said that to me before. Every time you had me watching case files or like forensic files, he's like, "You starting to kill me again yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna be able to pull that off. I watched a bunch of this stuff."
I know she does. She watches a lot of that. So yeah. So there you go. So
awesome.
I have a feeling now I know what Exquisite is talking about.
I have a feeling there's a gel pen written love letter somewhere.
Yes, probably. Yeah. So let's go through everything first. And see what we have, and then after that, we'll go over the letter specifically from Michelle Gray, and then we can switch over to our investigation room. We'll head over there and be able to start diving into everything.
Oh yeah, we get more witness statements.
Yay! All right. So yeah, so we do always get the letter from Michelle Gray to kind of like tell us what we're doing for this episode, and then looks like we've got another case file that was sent to us. So what all do we have?
The autopsy report with details on injuries, which is interesting because from the last episode we learned that he was strangled to death supposedly, but I'm seeing a bunch of drawings, which is interesting because drawings would mean wounds, which we weren't quite aware of last time that I know of. Yeah, we were worried about wounds in his neck from the like the strangulation, but
Okay, some body damage as well, looks
He's
like.
definitely been in a fight with someone, it looks like, just based on the wounds.
Okay.
And then it looks like we have Aura's 911 call, which when she was in the last episode claimed she didn't remember what she said because she was in such a state of panic or shock or something like that.
So that'll be good.
So that'll be really cool. Just kind of see what she actually witnessed versus what she's recalling, because there's always a difference between those two.
No, I agree.
Because your body is trying to process at the same time. Then we have his wife's witness statement. Robbins, that would be his girlfriend from high school, who he did not end up marrying, obviously. So that would be her statement.
Okay.
Nicholas Matsoukas, which is one of the Hacky Pack, the Hacky Pack kids.
Okay.
I keep wanting to say the Hacky Sack kids.
Yeah, the Hacky Pack.
Yes. And then Nita, so she was another one of those.
Okay.
And then an email with some explicitives in it.
Okay.
From, it looks like Susan to Charles. Or maybe it was Charles to Susan. Did I read that backwards? To Susan.
To Susan from Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Which
oh, do we need to talk about that really quick?
yeah, so
Let me pull the yearbook out really quick.
Silent Moon brought this up after the episode. After episode 1.
Incredible catch, by the way. So
yeah.
One of the people mentioned in the first episode, was a person named Susan Lee, who's a veterinarian who went to school with them. But there's no Susan Lee in the yearbook.
Yeah, there's Susan Lee. Yeah, so it was, and the whole case is being described as that Susan went to this school and was attending
this group.
the reunion. So we can't find a Susan Lee anywhere in the yearbook, any photo or any name of mention of Susan Lee. There is, and Silent Moon had caught that there is a Sean Lee. So we're very curious if that is the same person, and very possible that then
we kind of think it might be, because the quote is pretty darn convincing. The quote is, "I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not."
Right.
So that sounds so suggestive that there's
correct.
There's
and so
there.
So that is very possible then that's the case. Yeah. So that could mean then that who knows? There could have been some kind of hatred or something like that, and that could be some motive based on that. But we don't actually know if that's the case or not. But we'll find out.
I think it's going to be an interesting mixture, because this is supposedly a really tiny town.
Yeah,
like less than 1,000 people.
Tiny town. Yeah.
And to be able to be in a hometown, and if this person is the same person, it's going to be really interesting how the hometown plays into that.
Correct. So and that's who knows how that could play into like I said, like motive and whatever else, right? So we'll dive more into that, but that was an absolutely fantastic catch, Silent Moon. That person wasn't in the yearbook.
There were a few things I kind of caught that were interesting. This person is one of the friends in the Hacky Pack, and someone named Yaya, which is definitely of his last name, is mentioned. So obviously there's a family member with that last, that's got to be a family member. I just don't know who yet.
Oh, okay.
But I thought that was kind of interesting that he was quoting her. And for some reason, the other thing I thought was interesting is some of the people that are labeled this specific photo. This person's labeled as Heather Rhodes, but in the actual photos, it's not Heather Rhodes, because this is Heather Rhodes. So don't know what that means yet. It was an accidental find as I was getting all of the photos lined up and stuff, and was like, those aren't the same people. So either someone got the yearbook screwed up,
possibly,
or what. But
maybe
Hunter
mislabeled somebody.
Totally seems to do things on purpose. So something tells me there's something to it. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll maybe find out some more, right? Find out what's going on with it. So we've got some more. You said more witness statements, and then after the witness statements, we had the email.
I think we had the email, and there's still some stuff below that. Oh, a lot of photos anyway. So we got from Charles to Susan email, and then there's a certified copy.
Okay.
Must be the legal stuff that was going on with the first episode with the veterinarian Susan.
Okay, so Susan versus Main Street Drugstore and Pharmacy. Okay.
I think that might be where Charles works.
Oh,
is he a pharmacist or a
pharmacy person? I think he is. So so there's a legal battle or of some kind of complaint.
And now I just thought of something else.
What's that?
What if Charles is forging prescriptions for people and filling them at the same time? Because
maybe.
I don't know. Arthur has a tin, has a script. I don't know. That's very interesting. The pharmacy is all connected to the pharmacy.
So there's page 2 of that. But
I just saw the word horse.
Oh no.
That's not good. That means it's going to be very sad.
Okay, so what's underneath that? All of that.
Lots and lots of photos.
Okay, so we got photos and newspaper clipping, it looks like.
We got we got a newspaper clipping with some obituaries.
Okay, and
then Price horse drowns in vet stable.
Oh, that's weird. Interesting. But
Nothing. I couldn't tell if
I
that
don't know
was
how.
like.
Well, no, I mean, like I don't know how. Like I don't understand how a horse would drown
That's what I'm trying to
in
figure
a,
out.
in
Yeah,
a stable. But yeah.
it's very
So
interesting. That was exactly my reaction. I'm like, whoa, was he like on a water treadmill or
right,
something? Like, what happened
what
here?
was he on? All right, and then it looks like we have
Ooh, an
maybe.
invite.
Yep. Okay. So class of
That's
'98.
fun. Ooh, they have a time capsule.
Ooh. I wonder
Oh,
if we're gonna get any of that.
oh, I wish. Oh my gosh, I would love that.
That would be amazing.
That's fun. And then where are they now? Oh, look at that. So only certain people get to have everyone know what they're up to these days. That's awful
Right?
intriguing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably our suspects. That's probably
Yeah.
why. Coincidentally,
Yeah.
all the where are they now people are all people that are on our suspect list, right? So,
That's
okay.
funny. Very cool.
So-
We got photos. Should we go through the photos?
yeah. I
I
mean,
don't recognize this person. Is this maybe his wife?
so it looks like these are older photos now. So like of like more current photos.
Let me make sure I'm actually putting these like in the.
So yeah, it looks like there may be more like kind of current rather than.
I'm gonna take a gamble that that's Gavin, just
Okay.
purely based on the fact that he seems like a great a-hole. I'm just hoping they don't go too stereotypical because that kills me when they go too stereotypical. And I think they might have. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Plenty of photos, and I think those are all labeled on the card as suspect photos.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I my guess then is that these are the faces that we're looking at, for as far as
Cool.
our suspects.
I
go.
like that though, because that's the thing
Yep.
is I have everyone, it's like a high school photo right now, which is weird because that was like
Mhm.
10, 15 years ago. So
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. Well, you ready to, I mean, so we've seen the evidence. We've kind of gotten a quick little, look at it. So why don't we switch on over to the investigation room real quick so you can see, what the letter says from Gray Investigations.
I mean, I have to put the photos away that I'm like digging around in the back of, trying to find every little nuance.
Right?
At
Their
first, I
names or anything.
swear
There's nothing
to
written on
you,
the backs,
no.
right? Yeah.
At first,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a football. But it's a piece
It's
of
an
fruit
apple.
or pepper or something.
Or a pepper
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
But she looks like she's about to throw a touchdown or something. Like she really does.
And I apologize, Chad. For some reason, I woke up this morning coughing, and I don't know what's going on. So,
So somebody killed a horse. That's just very aggravating. You're right. I'm gonna like this episode. I'm gonna.
I mean,
like
my
to
voice
catch the
sounds like
guilty
a horse,
suspect.
but
It's just because you're talking too much. I couldn't help myself.
right.
So lots of stuff. Oh my gosh, I want to dig into it all though. This is hard. Okay,
Yeah,
let's focus
so
on one thing first. Shut
If
the
you would
file.
like to read off the Gray Investigations.
Okay, sounds good.
Mhm.
Oh shoot, hold on.
Oh, we missed the.
I missed the most
You
important thing
missed
ever.
the most important thing that you were so excited about,
Wait, this feels like
and managed to cover it up and forget all about it.
gel pen.
Maybe it was the wife, and she's trying to cover something up.
I don't know if anyone else remembers, but I truly remember trying to trick my parents into getting me a thing of gel pens every year for school. And if you
Oh,
got really lucky, you could get like the black paper to really make the gel pens pop.
oh, there you go.
But these were like a big deal.
Yeah,
Super big deal back then.
they were, along with like Tamagotchis and
hmm
Gigapets and
Forget iPhones.
right.
I'm so suspicious that that's from his high school girlfriend. Oh, shocked. Yes, it is. I had to see like one. I saw that. This is my 5th time. I'm like, uh-oh, it's the clingy girlfriend. So that'll be
All right.
fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there we go.
Like,
So see why I was
Sorry.
excited, right? Exactly.
I almost forgot about it.
All right.
The horse thing totally distracted me and pulled my head in a whole different direction because I want to understand how a horse drowns in a stall.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can. Yeah, I want
Like
to
unless
understand that
someone
too.
like drugs the horse and like shoves his head in a bucket of water and suffocates it. Like I'm not following
Yeah,
this right now.
and I think we're definitely going to get into that once we, I think, dig more into it.
Sure,
So,
sure. All right. So from Michelle, hello. I hope you've had the chance to look through all the material I previously sent, because I have even more for you this time. I know it might be overwhelming, but I did warn you about the extensive nature of the case. Since you've been committed this far, I'll let you use Deviant Tracker, the investigation software on our shared desktop. You can log in with the username and password. This software allows me to organize evidence and resources into different tabs and password protect tabs and password protect all sensitive information. I have a unique file naming system so that the contents of each folder remain completely hidden should my login information be compromised. Paranoid much? Sorry. For starters, go to the audio tab and open up the Dahlia folder using this password. There I've stored an audio file of Aura McBride's 911 call the night Charlie was murdered. The details she gives match up well with the crime scene description. I also provide you a physical copy of the audio transcript, which should help to confirm your timeline. The autopsy report finally arrived back from the lab, but I've yet to receive a photo of the body. I'll keep pestering the lab and send it along with the toxicology report, which I expect to get soon. In the meantime, I was able to conduct the remaining witness statements, so I expect you'll now have a clearer picture of each suspect and their story. There's one person I've already ruled out for a lack of clear motivation or means, and their obvious sincerity. However, you and I may have conflicting opinions in that regard. To help put faces to names, I included a photo of each of the suspects taken from social media. In researching the suspects, I came across a past conflict between Charlie and Susan, which seems to stem from a workplace issue. In the public record, I located a news article highlighting the source of the conflict, as well as a legal complaint filed by Susan. I also dug up some emails between Susan and Charlie, since I have access to Charlie's personal accounts per the search waiver Sarah MacDonagh signed. I've only just started the colossal task of searching the MacDonagh home, but did manage to find a cardboard box full of things Charlie kept from high school, tucked away in the back of the closet. It'll take some time for me to go through the box. But for now, I sent an old note one of the suspects must have given Charlie when they were teenagers. It may give you a small look into Charlie's past. While at the house, I also took a look at Sarah's cell phone. Nothing about its contents seemed out of the ordinary, save for one thing: a string of text messages between Sarah and an unknown person. At first I thought there was an error with the phone, but the messages seemed more deliberate than that. I stored the screenshots under Deviant Tracker's image tab in the Kingfisher folder.
So ciphering, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. During the initial crime scene investigation, a ring and a mint tin were found in Charlie's car. They were both dusted for fingerprints before I sent them your way. Unfortunately, nothing was recovered. The tin's design is familiar. I've seen similar merchandise at Spin City, the town record shop. At this early stage, it's unclear whether certain evidence is completely irrelevant or has potential to uncover critical information. I've learned to never overlook or underestimate anything or anyone, for that matter. This murder has taken its toll on Chestnut Falls. I can tell that much already. Growing up, I never imagined something like this would ever transpire in my small hometown. Least of all, to someone I knew. I'll try to not lose sleep over the things I can't control and continue approaching this case in a professional manner. The next time I contact you, I anticipate a great deal of progress will be made.
Okay.
That's exciting. So, do we want to transition to Aura's audio then, or what should we do first?
I think so.
Because that's one of the only things she mentions from this current case besides the photos, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, let me pause this.
Did you already get all the photos of the suspects uploaded to...
I did.
Okay, perfect.
Let me get that. We're going to pause that. And then we are going to play. So what this is the 911 audio, it looks like. So maybe that will go with the 911 transcript, possibly.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, just so we can both see and hear.
Okay, so it looks like the caller is possibly Aura McBride, because it said in that letter that was the audio from the call, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was, the call begins at 10:17 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's any other pertinent information before I hit play. I do not see any other pertinent information. So, there you go.
911, what's your emergency?
He's dead.
Okay, can you tell me where you are?
I can't believe it. He's dead. Please send help.
Can you?
I don't know what to do. He was just... I saw him in his car.
Can you tell me where you are, ma'am?
I'm at the Grove.
Okay, and where's that? You have to be more specific, ma'am.
His car is on the side of the road. I just saw him.
Which road?
By the beginner.
Which road, ma'am?
Stops, Willow Lane.
Okay.
Near Poplar, please. You have to come quick.
Police are on the way to you right now, ma'am.
I can't believe he's dead. Oh my God.
Stay on the phone with me, ma'am, okay? What's your name?
Aura.
Last name? Hello?
McBride.
Okay. Do you know the deceased?
What?
Who is dead?
My cousin, Charlie Mack. He's just sitting in his car. It looked like he was sleeping.
Is there any blood?
No, not that I can see. The passenger door's open. Lights are still on.
Are you sure he's dead?
Yes, I shook his shoulder. I tried to wake him up. He won't wake up. He's dead. Please come quick.
Okay. Stay where you are, ma'am. The police will be with you shortly.
You definitely hear her mumbling a lot under her breath. I want to listen to that like 18 more times.
Okay. I mean, some of that stuff that was inaudible. I mean, I don't know.
That some of that though was
A little bit
still
audible.
hearable. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit audible, but
Yeah.
didn't. I mean, to me, it didn't
I'm
sound.
kind of interested though. Was she cutting in and out like that because of the area she was in?
Very possible.
Because she was hysterical.
It sounds like it may have just been because of the area that she was
Yeah.
in. You know, she's frantic. She's moving around a lot.
Have cell phones back then? I don't know if we had cell phones back then.
I
98.
mean, there were. I mean,
yeah.
98. Yeah, there were cell phones in
I
98.
guess yeah. Zach Morris had one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hold on.
I just in my head I'm like I don't think I had a cell phone until college. So like way past 98.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they did exist.
It had. Yeah, it was a bunch of the Nokias.
Dated much.
Yeah. Bunch of the Nokias in 1998. I definitely know an Apple 13 was not there. Let's see.
Can you play one part of that audio again? I swear to you, when she says his car is on the side of the road, I saw him just I swear she says she saw him just a few minutes ago.
She
which
did.
Contradicts what she said in the statement, which was within the past hour. Minutes versus hour. That's a very different statement to me.
She said, yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know if she said minutes or.
I swear at the very last second I heard
let's see how
her say minutes
far.
ago. It's pretty quick into it.
911, what's your emergency?
He's dead.
Okay. Can you tell me where you are?
I can't believe it. He's dead. Please send help.
Can you?
I don't know what to do. He was just. I saw him in his car.
Can you tell me where you are, ma'am?
I'm at the Grove.
Okay. And where is that?
It's not far from. Cars here.
You have to be more specific, ma'am.
His car is on the side of the road. I just saw him.
Which road?
By the
Yeah, I don't know.
Which road, man?
Is what it is. That's what it sounds like. Dad, do you think the same thing? Do you think she's saying minutes? Did she just saw him?
You can stop her now. She's very sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
I saw him just a few minutes ago. Is that what you? I mean, is that what you're hearing?
That's how I'm taking
That's what
that.
I think. That's what we're hearing.
Yeah,
But-
so that's interesting. Because that means that did she interact with Charlie and someone else sometime between the reunion and this finding of his body? I don't know. That's just the only thing that really struck me is that didn't sound to quite match everything. I think else is lining up.
Right, because we already
verbatim.
eliminated him as a suspect.
Correct.
Yeah.
But what if? I don't know. I just there's something still there. She may not be the guilty party, but I think she knows more than what she's offering the dispatcher. Like, maybe she saw him getting into a fight with somebody, or broke up a fight with somebody, or stopped an argument in the parking lot. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it that's still suspicious, but yeah. And that's true, too. She could just be speaking the wrong words. That's true. Hunt a Killer is just so intentional with what they do that I'm curious.
That is true.
It's taught me to be very suspicious of everything. So, what are we thinking? We doing the...
Yeah, that is true, Salomon. So Salomon was saying that it
Yeah.
could be because she's panicking and frantic that she's kind of just not all there.
Right, she's just
so that's
talking and
possible.
not thinking and just muttering. Yeah. Because that's the thing, though, is like sometimes those things that are said in those moments truly either tell you what's really going on or not. Because like
Right.
some of the best cases have been solved because of something they mutter under their breath while they're quote calling through their dramatic 911 call.
Very true.
That ended up being the end of them, which has been fantastic. Do you want to do the autopsy report, or do you want me to? Sounds like there's a lot of medicalese in it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
You good?
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll try not to make this too boring.
Right, all those damn red herrings. I know.
They're very good at those, unfortunately.
They really are.
So it looks like we're waiting on the toxicology. Kara Duncan, who's the person who did pronounce him dead on the scene, is the one that did the autopsy.
Okay.
We saw her portion in the first report. We saw her like account of everything. It looks like there's a bunch of clothing items mentioned. Interesting. Okay, so brown jacket, fair, white shirt, khaki pants, brown dress shoes. Okay, reunion, that makes sense. Why the one white sock and one gray sock though? Can we talk about that for a second?
I don't know.
Mismatching socks wasn't a thing back then.
Oh man, I
So
don't
I'm
know.
fantastically curious.
But this wasn't back then.
Oh, well, that's true. It would have
This
been
was-
2008. So maybe mismatching socks then. Okay. I
Yeah.
feel like that was a big fad.
Are we saying that? Oh, are we saying this was the 10-year anniversary, 10-year reunion? Is that what it is?
I think so. Wasn't
Okay.
it?
I can't remember. I didn't
I
remember
could've
there actually
sworn it
being
was
a
a
date,
10-year
like
reunion.
a date to it.
Probably not. But I swore it was a 10-year reunion. But now I'm making that up probably. I'll have to look back at that. I don't know.
Mhm.
That would make more sense because that was more popular then. Okay. And then boxers. Poor guy. Oh, sorry. Boxer briefs.
Okay.
Striped boxer briefs.
Right.
Okay. External examination. Fully developed. Sorry, that just. Fully developed male with blunt force injuries to the neck. Superficial injuries found below the thyroid cartilage. That's a superficially incised curvilinear abrasions made premortem. Oh, premortem. So that's before death. On the clavicle suggests fingernail marks associated with a struggle with an assailant.
Okay.
Singular thumb impression contusions on each side of the neck suggest complete hand grasp. That's interesting. Petechia in the skin and conjunctiva of the
So,
eye are detected. Because a
basically,
woman's
yeah, so basically
hand
the
grip
thumbs-
versus a male's hand grip is going to be different.
Yeah. So it saw
Yeah.
thumb on both sides of that.
It's basically reading like they got their hands around the neck completely, right?
Mhm.
That's how it's
So
reading to
one,
me.
yeah, on
Yeah.
that side and on that side.
Yeah.
So
And petechia in the skin and conjunctiva of the eyes were detected, which makes total sense if strangulation was the cause.
yeah.
That's
See,
blood,
you
it's
know,
blood vessels
so
rupturing.
the thing is that so at this point, I can already tell you that who we can rule out. Okay, so we can automatically rule out anyone who uses the force. Because I mean, if they force choke, there's not going to be the thumbprints. Okay, so like Darth Vader, I mean, he's out, so he's no longer a suspect. I mean, I don't know. You didn't even know he was a suspect. But look, I'm just on it. Okay. And so yeah, so that eliminates really anyone that would have used like a force choke. I mean, the Jedi still aren't technically like out of the running on this because I mean, really, force choke is something that the dark side uses, not really the light side. So we're eliminating
dark side. We don't
know. We're eliminating Darth Vader and stuff, but not necessarily the Jedi.
So moving on away from the force, we'll leave the force behind for now. Lovely sidebar. Squirreling. He had a singular bruise or contusion to the front abdomen, and then bruising to his head, his upper left side of his head as well. No ligature abrasions present, no latent fingerprints detected. So, doesn't mean they were wearing gloves necessarily, but I do find it very interesting that he was not tied up. So basically, whoever did this did it with enough force and quick enough, or he was already somehow incapacitated enough that they could strangle him without him fighting back too much.
Right.
Because there's no ligature marks, so he wasn't tied up at the time of being strangled.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yo, Sir Bane with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you all had a fantastic time over with Sir Bane. Let's see, get that shout out in there. I've actually known Sir Bane now for, well, going on almost 2 years. Well, yeah, about 2 years now, I think. So, you know what? Welcome in. So, yeah. So he wasn't tied up, Assassin Boots. So for those of you that are coming in, and this may be the first time that you're joining in with what we're doing, we do a series called Hunt a Killer. And so every few weeks, we go through different episodes. We have a few case files that are still back here behind Mrs. Strange, including ones that we've already completed and ones we haven't completed. But basically, right? That's what you're like, wait, what did I walk in on? So what this is it's a murder mystery, okay? So we have Charles MacDonagh, who was murdered while attending his high school reunion. He graduated in 1998, so this is called the class of 98. And so we're going through and trying to eliminate suspects until we can narrow it down and find out who killed Charles, right? So last episode 1, which is available on YouTube, so you can catch up on that. That episode is all about us finding the first person that we were able to eliminate as a suspect. And then this episode, right? Yeah, exactly. See, we could also rule out, the one who should not be named, and that kind of stuff. So exactly. See, Silent Moon, we're on the same page. All right. Yo, Massassy Boost with that prime sub.
I'm just really enjoying the term phalanges. Thank you very much.
Right? Yeah,
Love
phalanges.
You. Love you.
Right?
Flailing phalanges. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can't put his pure blood phalanges on a muggle. See? Right? Exactly.
Which is hilarious because he's totally not pure blood. Let's just say it how it is. Thank you. We've put his name to shame.
Right. All I can think of now is from the TV show Bones, where there's an episode she's trying to talk to this little baby that she has no idea how to talk to, and then so she just starts going flailing phalanges.
It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I think I actually spit out whatever I was drinking at the time we were watching the episode because I was rolling. It was so rad.
Right?
It was so awesome.
But yeah, so Sir Bane, I hope your stream went well. Sir Bane does an amazing job with his streams. Marbles, lately I think getting back into some Warzone and some other games as well. So make sure you check him out as well. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. All right. So we want your help. All right. So while you are in chat, you can actually go to the Discord. Okay. And in the Discord, there is a Hunt a Killer channel. Go into that channel. There's a thread for episode 2. And all the evidence that we're going over and that we're talking about is all inside of that Discord. I'm actually going to also put that 911 audio that we listened to in the Discord as well for you all. So there you go. So there's that 911 audio in the Discord. Oh, that is awesome to hear. So right now what we're working on is the autopsy report. So we're going over that. So that's where you came in.
Graphic portion. I apologize, everybody.
Yeah, but no worries. So that's kind of where you came in at, was the autopsy report that we're going over to see the exact details of the death of Charles. So yeah, so if you want to pick back up.
Sure. So I just finished the external examination, so kind of some of his wounds that you could see from the outside. And then for the internal examination, the examiner noted deep tissue injuries found below the thyroid cartilage and to the carotid arterial tissue. Contusion, which means bruise, observed over upper 1/3 of the esophagus, over an area about 3 by 3 centimeters. And then, they did total body x-rays. Look at that. Just demonstrate a fracture of the hyoid bone, which is the bone in your neck area.
Okay, so open through here. Okay.
And laryngeal skeleton. Same area.
So that's a lot of force. I mean, if you're breaking the bone in your neck, then
that's a lot of force.
I mean, that's a lot of force.
Examination of gastric contents showed partial gastric emptying of fibrous contents, including salmon, cheese, and bread. Suggested the duration of the last meal intake was between 1 to 2 hours before death. Okay. Wait for it. Wasn't there something about a timeline for that event?
Yeah.
So buffet dinner 6:45.
Okay. So that fall in line with that.
Close, because yeah, if he got it right, it's 45, about 8:45, and I think he died about 9:45. So he probably finally started eating probably about an hour.
Time
or
of
so
death was
what was it? It was
9:35 to 9:40. So sometime between
Yeah.
9:35 and 9:40.
Yeah.
That was time of death.
I want to go to this class reunion. They eat salmon. They shouldn't feed me
Right?
salmon at my class reunion.
Oh, Miss Sassy Boots, it is absolutely no worry whatsoever.
Cool.
So make sure you check it out on YouTube. We will put this episode up on YouTube once it's done. Sometime probably this weekend, I'll be able to edit the video and get it all put up on YouTube.
I think
So
I'm
if
going to
you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget, like and subscribe.
I think I'm going to go through some of this, but I'm going to kind of summarize it. Some of this medical terminology, like for people who don't speak it, that's a lot of Googling stuff.
Okay.
So they weren't able to find any fingerprints on his skin. It looks like they also could not find anything DNA-wise under the fingernails except his own. He had both superficial and deep tissue injuries or abrasions. Suggest manual strangulation, which is what we had already assumed.
Okay.
The injury to the head suggests light blunt force trauma. The injury to his abdomen suggests pressure from blunt rounded object. That's interesting. So he had the injury to his abdomen. He's been strangled, which is obviously the manner of death or cause of death. But he's also got some head wounds, which is also very interesting. Supposedly from light blunt force impact, which that intrigues me a little bit because these wounds, the way she draws them, look massive. So it's very interesting.
So we've got the superficial tissue injuries plus the thumbprint. So that's the results of the strangling.
Yeah.
Looks like cranial bruising, right? Is that what you said?
Yes. To that left front, like the left upper side of the head. It's shown from multiple different views at the bottom on the drawing.
Yeah.
And that was a light blunt force impact.
Okay.
So,
And then
which I think means how deep it went with the head. Like it didn't puncture through the skull or anything, is what she's trying to say with that.
Okay. And then the eyes, it has written something about something of the eyes. I'm thinking that was the thing that has to do with if you get strangled.
Yeah, basically blood vessels rupture in your eyes that causes blood. It's basically like little pink spots or red spots. So it's called petechiae, I believe is the name of it. But yeah, which definitely suggests the strangling, which is what we were suspicious of as well.
So Exquisite saying that he got hit with a baseball bat in the stomach.
Ooh, that's definitely
that would kind of go in line with that. From a blunt, rounded object that would kind of go in hand.
The only other thing I could think of was a vehicle.
Yeah, because I mean, only go. Yeah, I mean, vehicle maybe.
Yeah, just depending on the speed, obviously, but blunt force trauma, strangulation was what killed him. So they were able to put pressure on both of his carotid arteries, which stopped the blood flow to his brain. Oh, that's interesting. Bummer. Body temperature was taken, and they agree that his death was between 9:30 and 10, which we've already ruled it down to between 9:35 and 9:40. So that does match as well. And then I do find it interesting that the curvilinear abrasions was basically most likely Charlie trying to scratch or to get at the person's hands that were around his neck. Yeah. So the scratches on his clavicle area are from him trying to scratch and to pull the fingers or hands away from being strangled.
Yeah.
So that was him fighting back a little bit. Are you going to hit me with that?
No. And we are not allowing Mrs. Strange to reenact this, okay? Before anybody gets the bright idea of oh, hey, we need to be able to, for the purpose of the case, we need to have Mrs. Strange hit Strange Tangent with a baseball bat. No. So what I'm trying to figure out is this, right?
I'm trying to think he could have also been kicked, I guess, maybe.
Right, so...
What if he got kicked by, a horse? Sorry.
So, what if he did? So right here, right? That's where it's at. It's right here. So I don't know if you can see it on me. Yeah, you can. It's right here. So if I'm sitting in a car seat, how am I going to get hit by a bat strong enough to do that?
Well, and see, my thing is, it doesn't necessarily mean at the time of death. So she actually said peri-mortem, which just means before death happened, these injuries happened. So they could have happened, especially if there's bruises or contusions. Okay. They could have happened before death.
Like we said, maybe something to do with the horse.
At the actual class party an hour before death.
Right.
And have the bruising to show for it.
Okay.
So certain...
Got hit by a...
Yeah. So
by a
We don't
2016 World Series champions,
show it off a little.
Cubs champions bat. All right, go Cubs.
Not a Cubs fan at all, if you didn't know.
No, not at all.
So this basically proves what we were thinking, except the one thing that we didn't know was that he had other injuries to him before he died.
Okay.
Which is interesting. So that means that there's stuff that has happened leading up to him being in this car in this grove and being strangled that probably escalated to the point of his death. So there's definitely more of a story than just someone sneaking up from behind, strangling him in the car. So very interesting. So oh, baby girl, really?
This is saying time of death was between 9:30 and 10 p.m. based on body temperature, rigor.
I think the digestion and some other stuff.
Yeah, stomach contents, that kind of stuff. But I think it was in the previous episode we were able to determine that time of death was between 9:35 and 9:40, right? Because
Because when Aura found him, he was still warm. So he had just died. So, in her timeline from when she called in and everything.
Well, her time was started at 10:17. Her phone call? Her 911 report?
What was it then that helped
the transaction was 10:17.
What helped us get it down to 9:35 to 9:40 then?
I don't remember.
Refresh my memory?
I don't remember now. But we wrote it down.
Because something
put
definitely
it on a
got
post-it
it,
note. So that means it's true. Right? If it goes on a post-it note, it's true. It's kind of like if it's on Facebook, it's true.
We'll have to circle back to that one because I can't remember, but I guarantee you he died between 9:35 and 9:40. That we know. I
don't remember how we came up with that.
I truly have no idea about it either, but I know it's true.
But I know we came up with that. So
we're gonna keep rolling. Gosh,
yeah,
baby girl. Sorry, she's farting.
Oh,
It's awful. So we're
I have
going
a
next.
stuffy nose, so I can't really smell it right now.
Consider yourself lucky at the moment. It's kind of toxic. We've already done the audio thing. We've already done the autopsy report. Should we go with witness reports, or should we go with some of the more odd stuff like the horse story and the class of '98 advertisement?
Which one do you want to go with next?
I think I might want to read a little bit more about the Robin letter before we read Robin.
The love letter? Okay, yeah. Let's go into the love letter.
I want to get more into Robin's head before we read about her, quote, witness statement, because I think she strikes me as a very crazy jealous girl. Very clingy. A little clingy.
Yeah. Right. That's fun. So yeah, we can definitely go into
let's read the gel pen love note, everybody.
Right?
I've been waiting an hour. All right. So this was written in '98, which is the year they graduated. Charlie, this is my 5th time trying to write this, so fingers crossed it actually turns out right this time. As she already makes a mistake. Sorry. It's really funny.
That's how I corrected my mistakes too.
When you get too far in it as a girl, you go, no, got to start over. It's got to be perfect. So I really love that she committed after the scribble to keep going.
Right.
Today I realized what I want the rest of my life to look like. Don't freak out. I promise this is a good thing. It's pretty clear that my parents will need me to take care of their farm sometime soon. They aren't young and I'm the only kid. It's hard, but I'm good at the work. I'm all right knowing that I have a future of long days and dirt under my nails ahead of me. That's just the way my life is going. Butterfly. And then there's you. You.
Or your.
What?
Yeah, your eyes.
It says like, and then there's you. You.
Oh.
Your eye. Okay, now I'm following. I'm like, it didn't.
I didn't see the W.
I was very confused. Your eyes, your smile, how you squeeze my fingers when you hold my hand. I'm so proud of you and your acceptance into UC. But when I try to think of my life, I can't imagine you not in it. That's not true. I can, but it hurts to think about. I'm not going to be stupid and say we've never fought. You've made bad decisions, and I always lose my temper. We're not perfect. But the past is the past, and we're too good together to let stupid mistakes get in our way. Stupid mistakes. You taking all the attention, Kona? Okay.
Yep. Exquisite said, don't correct Red Panda. She's always right.
Happy wife, happy life. Today I thought about what could be our early mornings in the far-off future when I'm back in from milking the cows to make you fresh eggs and coffee. And one day there will maybe even be kids to tell. Your mom and me fell in love in high school. Love my sweethearts, like it's a movie. This wouldn't scare a 17-year-old boy off, would it?
Right? I know, right?
I love you so much that I have to shut my eyes so tight, and when I open them, I see stars. That's just weird. I love you so much I can barely breathe. That's how I know what I need the rest of my life to look like. Promise me that my future will have you in it. All my love forever, Robin. Hugs and kisses, hugs and kisses. Interesting. So she wrote this after she knew he was going to the University of Chicago.
Okay.
And obviously she wasn't going with him, which we did understand from the last letter.
Right. This
So,
was before graduation as well.
Yeah.
More than
February,
likely, because
it
that was
sounds
from
like.
February
Yeah.
of 98.
Cool. She definitely likes to do doodles. Hearts, butterflies, you name it. Alright, so Pliny, like I was assuming, confirmed. But that does make a lot of sense because she does grow up to be a farmer. Her title in the first episode was as a farmer who stayed in Chestnut Falls. So this does fit that line, and make total sense.
There you go.
Hopefully her family's not the one that had the horse die.
Right?
All right. What next, guys?
Someone says that looks like Lisa Frank stationery. Oh, the memories.
Yes, yes. Did you ever receive the Lisa Frank stuff?
I
It was all
probably
technicolored
did.
Animals, like the
I mean, I
pink ones
probably
that had,
did,
like,
but
pink
I
in
mean, I
them.
don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
It was paper.
It was a pretty big deal. Well, you had folders. I mean, you name it. It was like a whole collection. You
Right.
had stickers. Pretty
Paper.
hardcore. All right. So, which way are we going now? Witness statements, newspaper
What do you-
article, or
What do
angry
you think, Conan?
email?
What should we do next?
Depends on what it's food, Dad.
I know, right? All right. You want to do the newspaper article? I know you're dying to.
I am. I'm dying to understand how this
I
goes
know
down.
you're absolutely dying to read about it. So
Hey, I'm controlling myself so far. I mean, I might get to it in another hour, but. All right, so we're going to read a newspaper article about a horse dying. Very sad. Oh, look at that. Nita wrote it. So Nita's one of the classmates of Charlie from high school that were in the hockey pack. Yes. So she's a journalist for the Chicago Poll, which sounds weird.
Okay.
Anyway, a local couple is seeking millions of dollars in damages after their prized horse was found dead in his
Oh
stall
my god.
following a trip to the vet. What just happened?
She just tried. She like climbed under my arm over the armrest piece and then like jumped down.
Is she? Can you go check? Is
Yeah.
she okay?
Yeah, I think she's all right.
I thought she was limping off. Okay.
She's all right.
Local couple seeking $1 million damages and prizes after their horse was found dead in his stall following a trip to the vet Monday morning. John and Julia Cohen expected to pick up their horse known as Captain Cantor at the Chestnut Falls Veterinary Hospital when they were informed that he had drowned in his own drinking trough. Drinking trough. Okay.
Okay.
The racehorse had been at the veterinary hospital for 2 days for a colic-related surgery. Colic is a common term for a variety of gastrointestinal conditions in horses, and it does not need to be life-threatening if treated with the proper veterinary care, as confirmed by the American Association of Equine Practitioners. According to a source close to the couple, Captain Cantor was on track to place high in the next Windermere Run horse trials, barring any complications in his recovery. This kind of negligence has cost us not only our future winnings, but one of the best beasts that God has ever put on this earth, John Cohen said of the deceased. Jesse Dunn, a horse breeder and Chestnut Falls resident, said the 3-year-old, sorry, lost my place, blah, 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 said the 3-year-old gelding was known to be the best one of the 4 horses the Cohens own. The couple purchased the horse a year ago and had big expectations for his development in the race circuit this year. The captain was a shoo-in for any race John and Julia signed him up for, according to Dunn. He was named that for a reason, and I can't hardly believe that Dr. Lee would let something like this happen. Dr. Susan Lee, the owner of the Chestnut Falls Veterinary Hospital, denies that she is fully to blame for the death of Captain Cantor. I assure you, the burden of this loss does not fall solely on the shoulders of the Chestnut Falls Hospital. It takes more than one person to make an error of this magnitude, and I would urge any investigator to look into who labeled and supplied the medication that contributed to this tragic loss. Charles MacDonagh, head pharmacist of the Main Street Drug Store and Pharmacy, declined to comment at this time. Interesting.
So
No wonder Susan's not a happy camper. Charlie might be costing her her job, her license, and a whole lot of money.
So it sounds like some kind of drug. Is that my understanding? That
It sounds like
drug was
something that
administered.
he had filled and prescribed probably was not the right thing, and it killed the horse, or at least doped it up enough to make it pass out and drown.
That who?
But it sounds like Charlie probably filled a prescription wrong, or sent the wrong product,
or
sent the wrong
okay.
dosing, or he
I
made
see
some
what you're
kind of
saying.
medical mistake.
So she said she administered a drug that caused the
most
horse
likely.
to basically fall asleep or pass out in its
like
drinking
wrong
trough.
medication or wrong amount. Yep. Or wrong directions or something.
And then and so she's saying that Charles MacDonagh was the one that filled the script, basically.
Most likely, yep.
And probably, of how was this labeled and was it labeled correctly? So okay.
Very
anything on the back?
Partial obituary, so I was going to kind of leave it and dig into it more later and see if there's anything to matter from it.
Levinson.
Not catching my eye. I mean, the whole Woodrow, Edgar, Woody, Klein thing seems like a joke somehow. That just sounds like 4 different names mashed together. But beyond that, I don't recognize anything right away.
Okay.
I did wonder one thing, though. Did anyone recognize Dunn anywhere? I could have sworn that was a word I'd heard before. Wasn't there a deputy named Dunn?
Maybe. Let's see.
Do you know the name of the deputy who showed up on the scene for the death of the guy?
So, we want to try email next.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I think Silent Moon was
you want to read this
recommending. Yeah, that works. All right, so I'll read this in order of how it was sent rather than from top to bottom. So, basically, Susan wrote the original email to Charles saying, Charles, this is the last time I'm going to write you about this. I've given you the benefit of the doubt before because I knew way back when you always meant well. But the seriousness of this situation has gotten out of hand. After the delivery today, I noticed once again that the dose was all wrong. Poor Miss Henderson's pig woke up in the middle of surgery. How dare you jeopardize my practice? This isn't just about the health of the pets and the livestock of this community. This is my livelihood. I know you, Charlie. I'd like to believe you're still a good person. But I know what you do, and this town would be better off without it. Next time this happens, I will be taking legal action. Susan. Charles replies back, I am so sorry for all of this. I hope Flutterton is okay. I heard pigs are pretty resilient anyway, so it should be okay. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I promise it won't happen again. Charlie Mack. Susan replied back saying, you're never paying attention, and your promises mean squat. Charlie again saying, we've known each other a long time, S. We'll get past this like we always do. Call me.
Interesting. Okay.
So, right, it's getting juicy. All right.
Poor Flufferton. What did Flufferton
I know.
do
Poor
anyway?
Flufferton. Flufferton. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you work in the vet field, so what's the most popular pet name for a dog?
Bella. Not kidding. Ever since Twilight, freaking Bella.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yo, Katie, welcome in. So, right? That's why Susan's having legal trouble and wanted to help, right? So
most recently, my favorite vet name, though, just putting it out there, is a baby corgi that's now like 4, but he's named Spud, and he's a corgi, and he kind of has a little waddle, like
his little potato waddle.
Yeah.
So they named him Spud. That's awesome.
I'm sorry. That's one of my favorite. It's funny some of the creativity some people come up with. I just love it.
All right. So definitely some connection. So
the part that I'm kind of curious about is, like, from being in the veterinary profession, normally, like, when we get drugs, and, like, assuming this is happening in like 08-ish, when we get drugs, like, the Valium we administer is a specific milligram per mil concentration. So I'm trying to understand if she's having him custom formulate it to be a different concentration so that she can use it for anesthesia in these different animals. It's just it's curious to me because like in the small animal side, we wouldn't have a pharmacist be involved at all. We'd buy it straight from the manufacturer, but Valium we definitely use in large animal quite a bit, so that's pretty legit. So I'm kind of curious to see where this goes.
Okay.
Test the validity of what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So I think that would bring us to the track we're on. Yeah, is the complaint.
Yeah.
So we've looked at the original story.
She's taking legal action.
Oh, we've got a little foster dog at work. Oh, man.
We want to see pictures.
Right? Yeah, you gotta put, if you're allowed to, put pictures in the Discord.
No, I was saying you don't have to, but
yeah. Put some pictures in the Discord. All right, so speaking of the Discord, there it is again. Okay. And then what's that?
Good. That's a great plug. Great plug.
Exactly.
Nice transition.
Right. All right. So this is Susan Lee is the plaintiff versus Main Street Drugstore and Pharmacy. So
she's complaining against the pharmacy.
Yeah.
She's filing a complaint against the pharmacy. Okay.
That's my guess. Let's see. So I'm wondering if. Well, I'm sure we'll see as we read through this, but I'm wondering if this is that legal action that she just threatened in that email.
Oh yeah, she even mentions a dosage. So, this could be fun. Yep. Okay.
You're right. So yep, there you go. Exquisite. Yeah, exactly. So she did take legal action, right? All right.
Ooh.
So it comes now. The plaintiff, Susan Lee, hereby files the complaint seeking damages against the defendants, Main Street Drugstore and Pharmacy, and its employees, collectively the pharmacy. So she's not just going after the drugstore itself. She's going after everybody. She's like, oh, I want everybody that works there.
The whole 2 employees, apparently.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It sounded more dramatic when I said it, okay?
I'm sorry. That's why I was laughing when it said the 2 people who work there, the owner and his 1 employee. I'm like, oh, geez.
In support thereof, the plaintiff alleges as follows. So this is what she is claiming is the reason behind this complaint, okay? It says, plaintiff resides in Chestnut Falls, is a veterinarian, and the owner of Chestnut Falls Veterinary Hospital. Here, henceforth known as hospital in this document. Pharmacy is a place of business located in Chestnut Falls, Illinois, and employs 2 individuals, Mark Beal, owner, and Charles MacDonagh, pharmacist. So that's good to know. He doesn't own the pharmacy. Right,
how did I read that backwards just now? So Beal owns it?
Yeah, so Beal owns it, and then MacDonagh is the pharmacist.
Okay.
The hospital orders and receives medication for its animals exclusively through the pharmacy. Hospital previously endured several incidents of negligence by the pharmacy, which... Yo, Rick Rod with the 10 bits, thank you so much. Which had the potential to endanger animals and affect quality of work. Plaintiff was compelled to file this complaint after an incident that caused the untimely death of the animal, the equine, in her care. So that's the horse story.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, from what it sounds like, is the way this went was that email happened before the news article of the horse.
Okay.
So there, that McFlufferson,
so that happened before.
Happened prior to the horse, and so she reached out and said this is a problem.
Yeah.
And then the horse thing happened, and now she's taking legal action. Now I'm guessing, I mean, I would too, right? Like in this exact scenario, if I were her, yeah, because now you're getting attacked, by news and media and everything else, and you're gonna, you don't want to assume 100% responsibility. Yeah. So you're going to now file a claim against, that pharmacy for those things. Yeah. Rick Rod with the treats. All right. I got you. Do you want to read those next parts while I get some treats for the pup?
Sure. So let's see. The horse was admitted to the hospital for colic surgery to be performed by the plaintiff. In preparation for the surgery, the plaintiff ordered a prescription of 0.05 mg per kg of diazepam from the pharmacy, which is a general anesthetic for your horses. The pharmacy filled the prescription incorrectly, dispensing a much higher concentration, which is 5 milligrams per kilogram, and mislabeling it as a 0.05 mg per kg. So basically, ooh, that's pretty bad. So they labeled it's not that they just grabbed the wrong product and sent the wrong product, and the product is she read the label and screwed it up herself. They mislabeled the product. So they chose a much higher concentration and then mislabeled it as the lower concentration. So
Right.
she would still do the math on that lower concentration. So yeah, that's a big whoopsie do. And the plaintiff was unaware and therefore administered via general anesthesia to the equine before surgery. So that would be a catastrophic overdose, if there's a word. Because 0.05 milligrams per kilogram versus 5 milligrams per kilogram is a massive difference in dosing. So, following surgery, the horse regained consciousness and was expected to recover quickly from the anesthetic, being confined to its stall for a 2-hour period. But due to the overdoses, the equine did not regain expected control of his body and reflexes during recovery period, and thereby drowned in the drinking trough located in its stall.
Okay.
So basically, when it's anything like horse recovery, from what I'm familiar with, once they get through the initial wake-up period where they're kind of a little frantic or panicked, you just kind of leave them to chill in a quiet, calm, dark area, kind of padded stall to make sure they're safe. But you don't, like, watch them every second for hours on end. So it sounds like he just was super doped up after surgery because of the high dosage, and was so doped up that he couldn't control his body enough that his head couldn't lift out of
out of the water. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay. And then.
Is there a second page?
Yep, there is a second page.
So, upon necropsy, that is slang for animal autopsy, just so you know. It was discovered that equine was administered with an overdosage, which originated with the pharmacy's multiple procedural mistakes. The incident compelled the plaintiff, the doctor, to seek damages by reason of pharmacy's negligence and medical malpractice, of which led to the equine's death and endangered plaintiff's business and reputation. Whereas the plaintiff seeks compensatory damages in the amount of $150,000 together with attorney fees and court costs. That's a very tiny sum for the amount she's getting sued for. $150,000 when she's being sued for a multi-million-dollar horse death?
Is that what it was? Was it multi-million-dollar?
The article made it sound like this horse was worth millions of dollars.
Right. But is she
I'm
actually
not
being
sure if
sued?
she's being sued for that or not, but
Right. That's what. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if anything's actually saying that she's actually being sued at this point.
yeah.
Um.
So maybe that's what it is. It's just, 'cause they were talking about this horse being worth millions of dollars, I swore.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Right. Ed Recrod, we are
Well, that's
doing
interesting.
absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Ooh.
But
Let's put this to bed or not. Esli and Esli. To be determined. An S, but the squiggle's different, and it's just like S.L.I.
yeah. So the signature a little bit different.
Darn, not quite what I was hoping for.
Okay.
I was hoping to prove for once and for all we were dealing with Sean and Susan as the same person. So, but I was
Yeah.
not able to
First
prove that.
sentence of the article.
It wasn't there. Okay. I was apparently scanning too fast. I missed it like
Yeah.
twice when I did it again. So, all right. We have photos of people. We have a where are they
seeking
now?
millions of dollars in damages. So
Thank you. Okay. I was
So
like,
they're
I read the
seeking
word
millions,
money.
and she's only seeking 150,000 in
Yeah,
damages.
which is interesting
So,
to me. I think maybe at the very least, maybe what she's trying to do is to prove that she's not at fault. Like, because if she gets them to settle or gets them convicted of this, she can prove that the death of the horse was not on her, which would maybe allow
Right,
them
because
to
if
sue
you
the
were going
pharmacy
off
directly.
of a bottle given to you by a
Yeah,
pharmacist
that was falsely
that
labeled.
says
or
that this
mislabeled.
pill is this many milligrams, or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
then that's what you're going to go off of.
Yeah.
You're not going to assume that you're not going to know that pill isn't that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So we went over that. What do you want to do next?
So we have the Where Are They Now Class of 98 card. I was kind of thinking of doing that really quick. It's got a few of the people on the back I recognize. So, Class of 98, so this is their reunion. They were at the night that Charlie died. Registration was at 6, and then it says plus time capsule activity, which I really hope they elaborate more on at some point.
Right.
Greetings at 6:30, kind of weird. Food at 6:45, and then from 7:30 to 9, socializing. And then 9 is when we also understood that the class party ended, basically.
Right.
Laura and Arthur
socializing,
stayed behind to clean up. So
Okay.
but the Where Are They Now? I just thought this was kind of fun. So Many members of the class of 98 found success after graduation. Reunion coordinator Arthur Hughes, Artie. So Arthur is one of the many friends in the Hacky Pack group. I keep saying Hacky Pack, but thinking I'm supposed to say Hacky Sack instead.
Right.
I love that he puts himself first in this update on his life. Has curated the selection of a few of our more remarkable classmates, starting with himself.
Right.
So this completely plays back to the high school yearbook. And so where he signs like in the back of the yearbook about how he wishes Charlie luck in school and with whatever he decides to do, and sucks he won't have enough time to be on Broadway, and he'll make sure to send him a ticket when he makes it big because he seems very full of himself and his Broadway talents. Yep. And is now living in Chestnut Falls.
Yeah, I think what was it? Was it Silent Moon that had put in the Discord about that he needs to get off his high horse?
A little bit, yeah.
Right? Like...
Yeah. So, chasing his dreams of being on stage, Arthur moved to New York City. NYC was a whirlwind with roles and lovers coming and going in the ever-weaving tapestry of life. Good Lord. But not all those great things last, and soon Arthur's attention turned home. Arthur found his true bliss in passing on his experience to the next generation as Chestnut Falls High School's new acting coach and history teacher. AKA, he couldn't get a job out there.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what everyone in New York, when they try, they go and try, but if they can't, they come back and do something different and say that they just followed a different road in life.
Right.
That's pretty funny. So, Melissa Jones. Have you ever thought of where all the water goes after a summer storm? Melissa has. If you remember the head cheerleader and homecoming queen, you probably won't recognize Melissa Jones today. She's gone from pom-poms and popularity to rainfall and runoff. She's now a stormwater management engineer. That's super funny. Okay, let's see who Melissa Jones is. I'm just being nerd.
Right, exquisite. There you go. Yeah. So, yes, they are technically in order, alphabetical order by last name. Right? So, on the sheet. But at the same time, yes, he is way too full of himself.
Oh, so she is very... Okay, she's the very glamoury girl. She had the... Do you prefer fashion victim or ensemble challenge? Meaning she liked to be pretty and dressed very proper and very girly.
Okay.
So that's a pretty funny quote that she's now a storm engineer or a stormwater engineer. So, okay, so Charlie. Not everyone seeks the prestige of an impressive resume. Some chose the quiet dignity of the everyman lifestyle. These days you can find Charles MacDonagh either at the Main Street Pharmacy, diligently serving his community as a local pharmacist, or at home playing the role of husband to his college sweetheart, Sarah Rakowski. We finally have a last name. Sarah Rakowski. Interesting. And the role of father to his daughter, Maggie. Cool. Gavin Nash. Oh, of course he became a plastic surgeon. Why would he not have become a plastic surgeon? Gavin was the basketball star and just basically seemed very full of himself. Very, very popular guy. Since becoming a plastic surgeon, he has moved to LA to open his own practice. He is currently in talks to create a reality show about how he slices and dices Hollywood's elite. Please join the rest of Chestnut Falls as we wish him nothing but the best in his endeavors when he returns to the West Coast.
I feel like that's like, if this is being written by, so these are all being written by Arthur,
supposedly, yeah.
So reading that as Arthur, right? Saying like, please join the rest of Chestnut Falls as we wish him nothing but the best best in his endeavors when he returns to the West Coast. Meaning, like, let's wish him well when he leaves this reunion and gets the hell out of here.
Which honestly is pretty suspicious because Gavin was picking on kids in high school. Remember, he had the one kid by the locker and was like all picky on him, and we couldn't figure out who it was. So like, part of me has a suspicion that he bullied somebody within the Hacky Pack. Like, I feel like he was probably a bully within his own crew, if you will. But he is hilarious because one of his main comments when he's talking to the police officers and stuff was that, and talking to the, like, making a statement, is how, like, it's fun to see how far he's come in life when he basically came back to remind himself how amazing he's become. So, like, his whole goal of going to this reunion from that statement was basically to remind him of the lowlessness that he came from and how high he's climbed and how magnificent he is now. Right. So it's just like, my gosh, you're so full of yourself.
Right, exactly. Because Gavin is more successful than Arthur.
Extremely, yeah. He's more successful than all of them so far. Nita's a journalist in Chicago, but that doesn't quite compare to slicing and dicing Hollywood's elite now, does it? So, Nita, in a surprise move to absolutely no one, the former... Never mind. She did the paper. I kept waiting for them to say she did the yearbook, and I'm like, she made the mistake. So editor
hi,
of school
Paul.
paper went on to a career in journalism. While her exposés may have changed from what kind of meat is the chef's special to corruption at City Hall, informed readers are still benefiting from the tenacity of Nita Patel. Randall Pennington. The class of 98 might remember Randy from his infamous birthday lap in his birthday suit. Oh, Lord help us all. Or from the rumors that he was the mysterious parking lot pooper.
What?
But after losing his father to cancer, that just got really disappointing and depressing quickly. Randall found solace in the church, went from class clown to man of the cloth. These days, Father Pennington shares the word of God with his congregation outside Chicago. Oh my!
Which church do you go to? Oh, I go to the
church.
I go to the Father Parking Lot Pooper.
So this
church.
is the Pennington guy, though. I'm Randy, baby, from
Right,
upstairs.
yeah,
Like that's
okay.
yeah. So he definitely was the class clown of the group.
Yeah.
Like that was clear from the get-go.
And then we've got
Kelly Snyder. If you don't remember Kelly, you probably do from seeing it on the local bench. Kelly's reputation for being Champagne's #1 realtor might be hyperbole, but saying her advertising is the most prolific certainly isn't. So she's apparently a realtor or something of that nature.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't remember her name in the yearbook. Am I just missing something?
Oh.
Maybe she got. Oh no, it is there. Oh, she's the nerd girl. Sorry, that was rude. She's the only one probably displaying her braces. Most kids, when they are in high school, do the subtle smiles and they don't show off their teeth. And she's like, I got braces and I don't care.
Right there.
But nerd girl, because she was the whole friends clap
friends
thing with all
opening.
the
The friends opening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, nerd girl meant the best way because if you couldn't tell, it might slightly have been one.
What?
Totally.
You never.
But now it's cool to be the weird oddball. Back then, it was so not.
All right, so we've got some suspect photos. We don't know.
I know who a few of them are.
technically
Basically,
speaking who people are, but
that's got to be Gavin, just flat out.
Yeah.
That's definitely Arthur. That's definitely Nita. And that's definitely Susan. Those are for sure. Slightly stereotyping, unfortunately, but that's the intent. Hollywood playboy, business journalist. I want to know where that picture was taken because it's very pretty. But Susan, Arthur. The ones I'm not as for sure on, though, are these guys.
okay.
So these are the ones that, if I can get them all out of the way. So I think this might be Aurora.
Okay.
Because this, I think, is the same photo we had as from her in the last episode for some reason.
Okay.
I feel like this is Aura. But between this one, these people I'm not so sure on.
Right.
So can't quite pinpoint it. So
we might be able to figure more out later.
yeah.
So be able to put actual pictures to names.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
the woman holding the veggies is Robin.
that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Because she's a farmer.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay. And then what's the other chick in their group? It was Aura, it was the farmer Robin, but who was the third person? Oh, it was Nita. Is there a fourth girl in the group? Having a moment. Was there four females in the hacky pack or 3?
Who were all of our suspects? We had because we had here. You have it right next to you.
Yeah, it was only 3 girls in the hacky pack.
Yeah. But that list right there.
Yeah.
This is labeled as suspect photos.
Okay, so we still need to find Antonio, Nicholas Metsoukas. Okay. Oh, maybe this is his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't recognize her.
Very possible.
So maybe it's his wife.
Yeah, so Sarah MacDonagh, yeah.
Maybe, because the others we found Robin. I guarantee you that's Aura. I don't know why, but I know that's Aura. So then this has to either be Antonio or Nick Metsoukas.
Okay.
Those are the only 2, so why are there 3 people in this I'm so confused.
Maybe it was just a group photo, so one of these, it's probably like maybe him.
Tony, maybe Antonio. Remember one of the guys was Antonio? What if one of these guys is Antonio?
Maybe.
I don't know. Because this looks more like Nicholas Metsoukas than the other one does. Because basically Nicholas Metsoukas kind of reminded me as like the...
Yeah, I think that's...
more like punk rock nerd. Like punk rock, like he was edgy. He was darker and edgier, but like more like misfit edgy. Versus Anthony was more like rebel, like hard rock, punk. Good Lord, Will! My goodness, baby girl.
Okay, so
You're like, yeah, there's Nick.
yeah, so I'm thinking I
You
agree.
think that's
I think
Nick?
that's Nick.
Okay.
So there's Nick,
He looks kind of like a mafia guy.
and then here's Nick's photo.
Oh, restaurant. His family's own a restaurant, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't his family owns a restaurant in town? So that would make total sense.
So there's Nick's photo.
Yeah,
I think that's Nick.
yeah.
And then this would be so one of these three would be
Antonio.
Antonio.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that it's not that one. I'm thinking it's the middle guy, to be honest.
Let's find Antonio in here real quick.
He had like a punkish outfit, I think. Oh, right there.
No, yeah, right there. So not punkish, but
And the other photo he did, he had a rolling stone.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And he always had a leather jacket on for some reason. Like most photos I found of him, he had a leather jacket on. So I think
Okay.
it's this one, but I can't be for
The
sure.
one in the middle.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that one we may not be able to tell as easily for sure.
Mhm. Although I can tell you now, that guy looks like a guy I went to college with, which is kind of weird.
All right, so
Okay.
yeah, so we don't know which one. We really technically don't know which one of these three is Antonio. And then
Honestly, though, these two do look a little bit alike, so it's kind of interesting. He has a definite type, don't you think?
you saying Robert Villanueva? Which one's Robert?
Anton. Wait.
Robert
Villanueva?
is Antonio? What?
Looking.
Is it on the suspect list?
No.
She might be talking about one that's inside of the yearbook. The name of the yearbook.
Oh, okay. So I was going so confused.
No, it's probably just one of the people in the yearbook. Yeah. She was just looking at the yearbook photos.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. There you go.
Yeah. So that's what she was. So she was saying that would have been in her friend's group.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. So witness statements.
Yeah. So we got witness statements that we've got
I think we're almost out of
as
stuff.
well, and then we've got the text messages that it was talked about.
I hope we have a lot more because I've not gotten it. I'm excited about all this, but I'm not seeing anything that says I am no longer a suspect. There's nothing I'm seeing in here that says no longer suspect.
Right. So
oh yeah, it's definitely a cipher.
yeah.
Unless they have their own inner group.
So are we doing that
slang.
now, or do you want to do the
No,
witness?
we can do the witness thingy first. Sorry.
Or we can do that now, and then I can read the witness statements while you do that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because someone else may have already solved it by now, to be totally honest.
I haven't put it in the Discord yet.
Oh.
All right.
There you go.
So we have a few things. So one that there was a receipt. Did I open this up yet? No. There was a receipt that was found. This receipt was found in the MacDonagh home on the night of Charlie's death.
Order time 9:12. If we don't deliver your food in 30 minutes or less, your order is free.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes to 9:12 would put it right at 9:42.
And
which
whose
is really
signature? And that
close.
looks like Sarah's signature.
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah, so 9:12. So she would have been at home
She would have had to been at home. I don't know
if the
if at
receipt is at home.
9:40.
It was a delivery. It
Yeah.
absolutely was a delivery because it says order type.
And she
delivery.
paid for the food, so we know that it wasn't over the 30-minute mark. Because it's reading at the bottom, if we don't get your food to you in 30 minutes, your order's free. But the bill says she
So
owes money, so they got it to her within 30 minutes, right?
yeah, so right there, I think eliminates her.
That's probably it then. All this work for
I
that. Kidding
didn't
me?
expect that, but I
That's
when I opened that up, but I'm feeling like that eliminates Sarah. I'm feeling like that eliminates
I
the
kind of
wife.
agree, yeah.
So maybe it wasn't the wife.
Well,
Subaroos,
I would
where
like
you
to think
at?
that she was home with her child anyway, because otherwise she would have
Yeah.
had to have someone watching her child.
Right. Yeah. So one meatball sub and one kid's chicken tender dinner, which one would assume would be for the kid. For us, I would have had the meatball sub, and that the kid's chicken tender would have been Mrs. Strange.
Yep.
Except it would have had a side of mac and cheese.
It sure looks like it's in the shift cipher.
Yeah, so that means that she absolutely got the food by 9:42, and time of death last episode we determined was 9:35 to 9:40. So that was our window that we're looking at. So that definitely, I think, eliminates Sarah. We've got some witness statements, but then we've also got these ciphers as well. Let me open up text 1. Okay, so text 1 is, "Are you there?" We don't know who this is from or to. It just, these texts.
Oh, so it's not necessarily, I assumed it was Nita because it has an N on it. But you're right, we don't know who this is. It could be Nick, it could be anybody. Okay.
Yeah. So these text messages were exchanged several months before Charlie's death. That's the only additional information that we received. So it was, I'm wondering if this if the transcript portion was meant to give this away or not.
It's very possible, so be careful. We've had that happen before.
Yeah. Where is this? Let me look this up on here real quick and see. Documents, images. It was in the Kingfisher one.
So there's that jogged my memory a little bit. There's some type of from Criminal Minds. There's something to do with the Fisher King or Kingfisher that's really interesting to me.
So I think we are supposed to know this. We just don't know in. So we actually, I think, are allowed to know who this is on one side.
It's Sarah, right?
Yeah.
On one side of it, because it was from her phone, right?
I mean, it doesn't. We don't see that anywhere where it says that it was, right?
Oh.
Or did that say that? Oh, yeah. Look at Sarah's cell phone. Okay,
Yeah,
so these are
yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Sorry.
good. We're good. So I'm gonna put in the Discord. I'll
Wait a
put the
second.
image.
What's the name of that horse?
I don't know.
I just
Ed?
looked up Kingfisher, and Caper came up. Kingfish Caper. Isn't that
No,
freaking
Captain.
horse Caper?
No. It was Captain something.
It was Captain Caper or something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
An interesting mixture.
So I'm gonna put these in the Discord for you, okay? So I'll put the receipt in first. And then I'm gonna put in the text image. Yeah, Captain Cancer.
Oh, okay. So not Caper. Okay. I was like, that's just like weird.
The text messages are going to be in order of image and then the transcript.
I'm not finding anything with a specific
It
cipher.
could very
like
be
Kingfish.
maybe a substitution cipher
Yeah.
or now there is something in the deviant tracker.
Is there?
Yes. So
Because I
but
can't access that.
um
Because she's not giving us anything going on. Usually we have some way of deciphering it.
so tools, there's a shift decoder
Oh, well, yeah. So do me a favor.
and then there's a manual decoder where we can enter the text here and then it says enter the encrypted message into the blank box.
It's a brute force decide. It's basically a cheat box. I think it's a
Yeah.
brute decipher.
To substitute an encrypted letter with a plain text letter, enter the plain text letter into the corresponding box.
So we start to figure out which letters.
And then there's the automatic decoder, which will automatically decrypt common ciphers such as add-bash, AutoKey,
QWERTY,
Caesar, Grill, Playfair,
Yep.
QWERTY, Railfence, Rot13, Running, Key, Shift, and whatever the last one is. So maybe a Shift decipher?
I definitely think it's in the Shift family. I just don't know which direction. I can't find anything that's hinting at that. So maybe that's what we're supposed to do.
Maybe.
Because this series is not supposed to be hard on ciphers. Like, that was one of the biggest things about it. It was meant
So do we want to try Shift decoder?
Yeah, they gave us a cheat this time. You got it.
Enter the encrypted message into the first blank box and choose the correct key shift number. Then press decrypt.
And
so we would need to know what the number is.
You basically, if you're brute forcing it, you do 1, then you do 2, then you do 3, and you just keep going until it finds it. So, I'm kind of wondering.
That, I'm going to open up this text.
I'm kind of wondering, there's a lot of O's. There's a lot of O's in this. So the O has to be an alphabetical letter, like a vowel.
Right. It's called using the tools at hand, right? So, like Swizzy said, that's the stuff that that she uses. And hey, I'm not cheating.
Because like the O has to be a vowel. I'm betting it's an I, but I can't prove it.
Yeah, there's just multiple ways to solve ciphers, right? So there's the manual ways and without any kind of computer work, and then there's the electronic ways. All right. So let's look at. We're gonna look at text 1 first. And go from there. So you think that the O equals I and Z equals S?
I just said I think the O is a vowel, is all I've said.
Right. No. That's what Excuse was saying.
Oh,
so,
okay, yeah. She's on the same. Basically, the first thing about cipher decoding is you want to find the most commonly used letters and the most commonly capitalized letters, because that's going to help you know there's only so many letters that start words, and there's only so many, like, there's certain letters that are used the most out of any other letter. And so that kind of helps you start getting some that you know with. Once you can find a few words you recognize, then you can usually translate pretty well. So, what was she saying? Like the O's are I's and Z's are S's?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say...
It looks like O is either I or A, which then Exclusive was saying, I think O equals I and Z equals S. Z, but Silent Moon was saying Z could also possibly be T.
Yeah, I would say I'm not convinced on the Z yet. I'm still trying to think. I'm just trying to figure out if every letter is moved or not, because a few of these, like the IT apostrophe SS.
So this may not be a shift
interesting
cipher, because I'm going through. I just went through shifting by 1, and I'm all the way up to 20. Shifting by 20.
It could be. What about the Adabash? It would still find that, though, wouldn't it? Or
yeah, I just shifted by all 26 and nothing.
I'm confused, so it's not working?
No, so let's try this. Let's go to...
Something that catches me on this that's really interesting is...
Okay. So I think we're supposed to use
the...
I think we're supposed to use the automatic decoder. I don't know that there's...
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh, before I was using the shift one.
Oh,
so there's 3 tools.
I thought you had one that you could put letters in boxes, and then the other one was automatic.
No. So there's the shift decoder, which you have to tell it what number to shift by.
I thought it was an automatic.
And then there is the manual decoder.
Okay.
And then there is the automatic decoder, where you just type in the text and it will just tell you what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay if we do the automatic. Like, I don't like it when everyone else cheats and shows to the whole group without them all being aware of it. But that's the last thing we've got to do now. So I think it's okay if we go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, well, and like we said, I mean, it's not really cheating, because this is the tools that are the game is providing.
That's the goal. Yeah. Like on the last one, it felt like cheating, so we were supposed to figure out on our own. Like, it was meant to figure out on our own. I don't think they gave us the same clues with this, because they gave us the way to do it.
Right. So let's look at I'm gonna try to use the manual decoder here real quick, just for the fun of it on this. So we're got O equals I. We'll try that. We'll try F equals N. G equals O.
Wait, F equals N, you said?
Possibly.
Okay.
Z possibly could be
Am I
S
feeling all very Wheel of Fortune all of a sudden? I feel a bit like Wheel of Fortune in a weird way.
or T.
Oh, so
Okay.
apostrophe
So I
D.
believe this, I think you actually, ironically enough, I think y'all are on the right track. So I did do the automatic one just to see if this was on the right track. So
I'm confused.
the huh?
Which one are you doing first? Because
Text
the
one.
second word is 5 letters, but on here it's 4 letters.
It's text one. So are you there? Of course. Maggie, okay? Sleeping, thank God. See, put her to sleep.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the apostrophe is counting as a letter. Got it.
And then yeah, so this is what we've got. So I definitely think you all are absolutely on the right track with it. So do you want to try to continue it and see if you get it? Because this is what I'm looking at actually right here. So as we type the letter in, it auto fills it for us. So Z is absolutely T.
Oh, Antonio. Antonio. Look at that word AN blank T blank IN.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Antonio.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, this one right here.
No,
Okay.
down below. I was looking
Oh,
at the
right
down
here?
below one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Would that be it? Antonio?
or I guess maybe not, because AN blank T. Maybe that's not the
Mhm.
case. I'm confused now.
Anything? That might be a Y. Anything.
Okay.
This is that apostrophe.
Yeah.
So I can't do. So R equals D.
Ooh, this THIS maybe? I can't do this. Do we already
Okay.
have an H or an S?
So then Z is T. I is then H.
Maybe. Yeah, that would go with anything like you were saying. What's
Okay.
the last one would be an S, I think.
L would be S.
Can't do it anymore. ANYLOR.
Yeah, I can't do this
Nope.
anymore. Yep.
Nope. Anymore doesn't work, does it? The MORE, there's one extra letter, so it doesn't fit. Ooh, what's the HE? I bet you that's HE. So what's next to the H? Like after the
Well, let's try
any.
this one. So yeah, that's any. So let's figure that word out real quick. So that's there. That is there.
I can't do this. Something.
T equals E.
Is. I can't do this. E blank. 2 blank. You put the Y
F
in there.
is that F equals Y?
I don't know the word. The anything one is the
No,
last
F equals
base
N.
word.
So any there.
It's the
N equals Y. There we go.
I can't do this. ONG?
So it's weird. I think this because of the way that. No, that's not it. I don't know if it's because of the site, but I think this is part of that word. Right here.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's
I
a
think
5-letter
this
word.
is part of that word.
So It's weird because when it ends on this line, it's like 3 letters, 2 letters, 1, and then 3 letters. Am I looking at the wrong one again?
No, go through.
And why is it IS slash?
We're looking at this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, so
Okay, so I can't do this anymore. He refuses to believe anything is wrong.
I still don't think any more is right because there's 1 letter too many. ANYMORE, but there's another letter there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's
Yeah.
like that. Oh, it's the period. It's the period. Just like how they had the any more does fit when you add a period after it. You know, man, I'll tell you what, those periods just come up out of nowhere and get you, don't they?
I'm trying to figure out, is the he and then there's the 2, is that by itself or does it go into the bottom? Next thing.
This goes to
No.
this one.
After he, find he.
He.
After that. Is that by itself or does it go into the next one?
That goes into the next one. Refuses. So here, we'll do this, and we're gonna confirm it, okay?
When did they figure it out? That's the best I've got for the night.
All right, ready? Decrypt. Let's see if you got it right. You ready? I know you got it right, but boom. Yep. I can't do this anymore. He refuses to believe anything is wrong.
Oh.
So that is what that one is.
So hold on. So I can't do this anymore. What?
I can't do this anymore. He refuses to believe anything is wrong. So I'm actually going to... do that. What? Yeah, no, it probably got rid of that key. What are you talking about? We can just use this one, the automatic one. All right. All right. Now, let's see. Yeah, because it probably erased that. Yeah, it did. So I'm going to need y'all to tell me what those letters were again.
Do they mean the same thing through every single one? Because that's the question.
Possibly.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
possibly. We don't know if they do.
If the letters mean the same thing. Well, I mean, if they're talking to each other in the same code, they would
But they could literally be using a cut and paste like they could literally be using exactly what you're using right now.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same.
So we'll just use the automatic decoder then.
Unfortunately, my phone won't let me do any of these. They just won't show up.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. So there's that one. Decrypt. I know. I don't know why there's just a random letter, but it's I know.d.
What?
There's a period and an R, like this random letter in that text.
This is O space AFGV dot.
Oh, they must have in the translation screwed up.
Yeah.
In the transcript, I mean.
AFGV dot, and that's it.
Okay. I am. Either way, I'm typing. Well, I'm copying and pasting, actually. I got smart with this, and I did this already by copying the transcript from the site because it won't let you, like, download the transcript. It's literally just a picture of the transcript.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, I told you with the Google Lens feature I found and figured out. So, like, all these documents to, like, make my own, like, Word document up, you can use your freaking phone. And under a photo, like, click the, like, lens button on your photo, and, like, Google Lens will pop up. You can select all the text that it deciphers, select it all, copy it, and then paste it into Microsoft Word. So much faster than when I was hand typing it all through Curtain Call and Mallory Rock. Crazy.
Right?
Kind of a little annoyed at the amount of time I spent realizing that Google Lens was a thing.
I want to enter. All right, so that one is, so basically so far it's I can't do this anymore. He refuses to believe anything is wrong. I know. It won't be much longer. He'll have to realize that.
She's going to file for divorce. Sorry, it won't be much longer. Can you slow it down a little? I can't write that fast.
Yeah. It won't be much longer. Period. He'll have to realize that. Promise? Question mark.
I'm already thinking this is Nita.
All right.
The one with the typo was the I know one. Like it, when he
I
copied
know.
it, it didn't
So
work right in the
yeah,
translation.
the transcript from the site had had an R, the letter R at the end of the after the period, whereas the actual image itself did not. So yeah.
Okay, so after promise, what we got?
Are you in bed?
Well, I thought it was Nita, but that just got weird. So is she cheating on him with somebody else? Or conspiring to leave him? I still think he's a druggie. I swear I think he's selling drugs in town. I don't know why. Keep the whole biz thing is weird.
There we go. Maybe.
Well, they
Oh
have
yeah.
that one Y name that was in the yearbook that was a sibling to Nick.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, what was it?
Okay. I'm going to drop this in the Discord. Okay.
Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah.
And mark it as spoiler.
Oh, it's all one continued text, isn't it? It just hit me. I'm so stupid. This is all one text. They're just two parts. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I just now
I
figured
think
that
so.
out.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
don't
it's
know.
right
Is it?
here. Yeah, it's from right here down. Like the second thing, that is this. So that's
Oh,
his name.
okay.
Yeah, it just hit me. This whole time I thought they were two totally different texts, but they're not. So it does not end with "Are you in bed?" It keeps going. So
Okay.
let's see if this goes weirder or not.
Let me get the text file open for this one. And then I can always print. We can always print these text files off as well if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, so we already know. Okay, yeah. So it picks back up with the ciphers, right? So
Yeah. So the next one we need to do is the FG, comma O apostrophe D of zit azotif.
Okay, I'm just gonna translate these again real quick so I can copy and paste them.
Okay. That one's I know. I know. And let me know when you're ready for the next one.
I'm just gonna do this so I can just copy and paste.
You're good.
I can't type as fast.
You're good.
All right. Okay,
Hold on.
and this one was
Hold on.
promise.
That's not it.
What?
I'm confused. Is it O? Oh, are you just doing these right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not doing all of them. Just kidding. Never mind then.
Well, I'm doing these.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just so that on the text file,
Yeah.
no matter which text file you open up, then you can still read
No,
it.
that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
confused because I thought you were copying this one right here, and it was wrong. I thought you were
okay.
copying this one, but you were copying this one.
Okay. And then
Are you
this
in
one
bed?
was.
Are you in bed?
That was the Are You in Bed one, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is not where I thought we were going.
Mhm.
Really think it's Nita until that question, and then I'm like, what?
Right. Okay, so now we got the response from Sarah.
Oh.
What?
I just realized something. So Nita went to somewhere in Chicago as well. She talked in the yearbook with Charlie about going to the same school or being close or something. So I'm wondering if like Nita and Charlie were friends in college, and Nita knows Sarah really well, and this really legitly is Sarah, and they're just really good friends.
Maybe. So she responds back with, no, I'm in the kitchen. Go out on the porch and call me. He won't hear.
I really hope they're not alluding to he's abusive or something. It's gonna be a lot harder to want to
So
find
he sends
justice
back
for
saying,
him.
all right. Okay, and then we've got a final. Let's see what this is. Give me a minute. All right. That was anticlimactic.
A lot.
I want more dirt.
Were you there? Of course. Maggie, okay. Sleeping, thank God. See, put her to sleep. Is he or she's?
Alright, save as, and then we're gonna mark this one as text 2 transcript solved.
I'm wondering if this is either Susan or Nita. The only reason I'm wondering if it's Susan is because the whole I can't do this anymore. He refused to believe anything's wrong. Like what he did or what he's doing is wrong. Like the drug stuff.
Right.
Interesting, but not nearly as dirty as I was hoping for. Really was not very exciting after.
So there you go. Those are in the Discord.
So we have one thing left to do before we find out who's innocent for the week.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it on everything.
Nope. We have
witness statements. That's right. I forgot. I was.
I almost forgot to.
Yep.
We have 4 more witness statements.
Okay. Yep. So let's read those real quick.
You want me to read Sarah's?
Yeah.
The last time I saw Charlie was a little before 6 on the night of the reunion. I wanted to go, but Maggie had come down with a nasty cold, so I decided to stay home. He gave me a quick peck on the cheek and then tucked in Maggie. He kissed her forehead and said, "Bye, Maggie. Love you. I'll see you soon." She smiled and said, "Bye, Dad Pie," and went back to sleep, and then he left. I keep hearing that exchange over and over. I dream about it. It's so painfully ordinary, like Charlie should be walking through the door any minute. He should be picking Maggie up and spinning her around until they're both dizzy. He should be reenacting movies using stuffed animals and ridiculous voices. He was funny. Everyone always said it, but I wonder how many people told him directly. Did he know he made every room brighter by being in it? Maggie doesn't understand what's happening. She knows her daddy is gone, but... Sorry, I was home all night. We only have the one car. Nothing remarkable happened until I got a call from Aura, and then the police. I feel like I'm drifting. Like this is all some horrible dream. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and come downstairs to see Charlie and Maggie watching cartoons and eating cereal out of the same stupidly large bowl. But I won't. He's gone, just gone. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do to help, please. That don't sound like the same person.
All right.
That's it?
Sound like the same person as the text messages?
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
she seems so distraught and lost there.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess those would be leading up to his death. So maybe while she was frustrated at him for something, she didn't want him dead either. So
Right.
maybe Robin, oh Robin. This is the girlfriend from high school.
Okay.
I didn't see Charlie much during the reunion. I tried looking for him after it ended, but I couldn't find him. Well, I figured he left right away to go to Dimitri's, or maybe wanted to stop by his house beforehand. I'm not sure. There was some time before we were all supposed to meet, so I went home to rest a little and freshen up. I got to Dimitri's at about 10 past 10. Gavin came in after me and Nita after him. Nick was pretty late, which I found weird. I thought he'd come early to help his parents or something, since they own the diner. But then again, I really didn't think about what everyone else planned to do. I mean, between the reunion and the dinner, I thought I'd see Charlie again in an hour or so, you know? Sorry, I wish I could be more help. Wow, she doesn't sound sad.
Right.
I just don't know if she was strong enough to strangle him's my only issue.
Right. So there was some time before we were all supposed to meet, so went home to rest a little and freshen up. Got to Dimitri's at about 10 past 10 o'clock, so 10:10. So definitely, I mean, in all honesty, plenty of time to murder
Oh, yeah.
Charles.
Oh,
In
yeah.
all honesty, I
Absolutely.
mean, had the opportunity. So we don't necessarily know that she has the motive or the ability
Mhm.
to, but yeah. So definitely has.
He
the
never gave her
opportunity.
happily ever after. I guarantee you she's got motive.
Right. So yeah.
She's
So
a
that
little
yeah.
clingy.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So that's that could be a motive, right? I was picking that up of that, him and Sarah being college sweethearts, right? And they were high school
So
sweethearts,
obviously at some point he or she both called it
right?
while they
At some
were
point. So yeah.
apart. The long distance thing did not seem to work.
Right.
So Nicholas Masukas, do you want to read his?
Yeah.
Be the guy.
All right. So Nicholas says I had a good time at the party. It was nice to see everyone again. I mean, not everyone. Not that I wasn't happy to see people, but I had just seen Charlie and Artie a little while ago because they live in town. I was more happy to see the people who don't live here. I'm sorry, I'm not being clear again. I wanted to talk to Charlie about something important. No, nothing major. It was just a personal thing. Anyway, during the party didn't seem like a good time. I tried to catch him after, but he was already gone. I knew I would see him at my parents' the taverna, so I wasn't too worried. I didn't feel like talking to my mother while we waited for the others to show up, so I went to the bar instead. I had a drink and then went over. By that time, most of the others were already there, but not Charlie. We waited, but he never showed up. And now he's never going to show up. Can we be done? I don't like thinking about this. Okay. So, definitely had opportunity as well.
Yep. Finally, Miss Nita. I can read hers if you want.
Yes, please.
Try to give your voice rest tonight.
Yeah.
Getting angrier and
yeah.
angrier.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nita, I got to the reunion when everyone else did. Why is everyone saying that? That is not an answer. That's like an absolute opposite.
I know,
answer.
right? Like,
Gavin did the
what time
same
did you get
thing.
there? When everybody else
I
got
arrived
there.
there when everyone else got there. That's exactly what Gavin said, so that sounds suspicious as all get out. Okay.
Right?
I suppose. It was a fun time. Nice seeing everyone again. Charlie seemed to be in good spirits, and I remember him saying something about seeing everyone at the taverna after the reunion was over. I had no reason to believe Charlie wouldn't be there later. Who is your lead suspect? Has the autopsy been conducted yet? Journalist much? Fine. But who in town do you think is qualified to make the public statement? And word travels fast enough around here. It would be more efficient just to tell Pam at the Quickies. No, I'm not deflecting. I went back to the hotel because I left my wallet, and then I went to dinner. I'm not sure when I got there, but I know Nick was very late and his parents were waiting for him to show. Have you questioned Mr. and Mrs. Mitsukas yet? Honestly, I've never seen an investigation run this way before. You better catch whoever did this. Sarah and Maggie haven't slept a full night since he died. That still makes me think Nita's the one she's talking to.
I mean, yeah, she's.
The last line about they haven't slept very well since he died. Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
better
I
catch
mean,
whoever
it's
did
definitely
this.
Nita. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Nita's witness.
No. In the text messages, I feel like that's still
Oh.
Nita. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she seems to know a little too much about the girlfriend or the wifey and the daughter.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's just the way that reads, like they haven't slept well since, like he died. Like, obviously, this is usually only like a day or two after the person died, so she's obviously been in contact a lot with them.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then, yeah, so Selman saying, yeah, thinking the same thing that you were thinking about that tech, as far as that with Sarah. She just wanted him to realize what he was doing was wrong, but didn't necessarily want him dead.
Yeah.
And then.
Like, still
Yeah.
loved him.
Mhm.
Yeah. But was frustrated with the certain situation. So I'm assuming it has something to do with, like, the legal argument and the pharmacy
Yeah.
mistakes or drug selling. I still think he's selling something. Business on the side, and just the whole thing.
Yeah, so I mean,
So one thing I thought was interesting with this that was mentioned was that the record, it was at off the record, or not off the record, it was at some store in town that's owned by one of the bad guys, or the suspects. I just don't remember which ones. Give me just a second here. Notes. One of them has a business they own in town. I think it's Antonio, but I just wanted to double check. So Antonio, record shop owner in Chestnut Falls. So he's the one that owns the record shop.
okay,
So it's Antonio's shop is where that tin was bought.
more than likely, yeah.
Because they go, I think someone said they carry those at his record shop.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. So okay, so there's that, and then something Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it reads Beth Foster, if I'm not mistaken,
Possibly.
but I can't tell for sure. At first, I assumed Foster was a male, but then I went, nope, that's totally an assumption. That does not look like a male first name. It was Benny or something, I guess. But
Where's that black light flashlight?
second time in one night. I have a
Open it
gift
up
at taking this
upside
thing
down?
upside down, yeah. I'll just scoot that right at you. Every time I touch this envelope, I spill it, you guys. This is like not even kidding you, like umpteen times tonight. Ugh. Anything? There should be, if it's real pharmacy paper, there should be a waterproof
Yeah.
marking on it.
I think that's what the RX is supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
on it. It's
Normally, there's like
yeah.
room for a DEA number 2, so I'm very suspicious it's meant to look pretty good without being convincing.
Yeah, I don't see anything on it.
Oh, do you want to see if Robin did it with her letter she wrote him in high school? Because that's when they were using it, right? They were using it in high school.
Maybe we don't know that little extra message that was at the top was actually written back in '98. It may have been something that was written since that was found somewhere with all of the stuff. I'm wondering if like he took it with him to the reunion type deal.
But why would Charlie be going away again?
No. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It just said something about business while you're away, so I don't know. Maybe it was written, in '98, and who knows?
Just by the way the space is kept so safe and by itself, I assume it was written with everything else, because otherwise how would it have stayed so sacred?
Mm-hmm. Very true.
We'll see nothing. Well, that's kind of fun though.
Yeah.
A little watermark in the corner.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cute.
because the white lines.
Well, should we go ahead and put our thought in? Because I think we ruled out the
Yeah,
wife,
I think
right?
so. I think we're good. Chad,
The
do
wife
you think
obviously cared about him.
do you agree with us that we think that at this point it is safe to eliminate Sarah?
Well, if they only had the one car, she was obviously home with the child who was sick, and she signed for food.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
darn possible that.
the receipt puts
Yeah.
her at the house,
Yeah.
right? Like, so that's, I mean, I'm going to say that she doesn't have the opportunity.
Hold on. We can confirm that. She signed the warrant. She signed the warrant from the first episode. If she signed the warrant, we can compare the signatures, right? Make sure it wasn't
Yeah.
someone faking being her. Do our due diligence in the detective file. You can find the copy of the receipt while I find the copy of the
I got it.
warrant she signed. Being so organized is not organized.
Right?
Underneath
Very final
everything,
page.
I think, yeah. Is that even remotely close? That sure looks like it.
Yep. Very, 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 very
Yep.
close.
I would say that's confirmed. Yep.
Mhm.
Thank you. I was just thinking to myself, we're assuming this, but she could have had a friend helping her out, faking being her.
Yep.
Let's prove this. Oh, no, signatures match. We're for sure.
Yep, signatures definitely match. So, all right. So I agree. We are absolutely for sure with
But
that.
now we're no longer making an assumption, so I feel better.
Let me open up the.
Good
I don't
glad
remember
for
where we
it's
did
really
this.
depressing to think that a mother would kill the father of her child. Like that was she said. What are you looking for?
I need the first letter and what site we were supposed
Here.
to go to
Yeah.
do that.
Sorry, I just had the card here. Episode 2 here. Whatever you need's on the back of here. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Was it episode 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry guys, it's been a long day. Apologize for the yawns.
So we need to go to
Site.
site.
Kind of disappointed with the rest of the witness statements. I really thought there would be more to them. All of them are super ambiguous without any really good timeline, which is kind of annoying.
All right, here we go. Episode 2. There we go. Hey, guess what?
What? Oh, you were kidding me. Really?
Guess what, chat? Guess what?
The photos have been updated. Before they were...
The photos all got updated.
Before, this was our option. Now that is our option. So that's a little more helpful.
Right? Yeah, the photos got updated, so now we know
That's
exactly if we were right or not.
Did we call it? Is the girlfriend
but we
the
did.
girlfriend?
So Sarah is the one that had the glass of wine. We were wrong.
Nick is not the one we thought
Nick,
it was?
we had it backwards.
Oh!
Nick is not the one that
So
we
Nick
thought it
is in
was.
the bar shot,
Nick is the
restaurant
one, the
shot.
middle, but you did pick out the correct person, the one in the middle. So the one in the middle of that photo is Nick.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Antonio was the one that we thought was Nick because he was in a restaurant setting.
Okay.
So there you go.
Bummer.
Uh,
Well, hey, that's not horrible.
Right.
It's like not quite passing, but not quite failing.
Yep.
Oh, Gavin.
So is this that's who we're picking, right? Is Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure we didn't miss any other stuff. Okay. All right, we're going to do it. Click on Sarah. And we are correct.
Yay!
Let me make sure that's not going to show anything. Okay, it's not.
Oh my goodness,
So-
you got the butt jiggles. You got the butt wiggles. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so motive. So Sarah was detailed in her statement and signed a search waiver for the PI in episode 1, which helps her credibility. Her cooperation makes it unlikely that she would have committed the murder. As far as means, it is unclear if Sarah has the means to have killed Charlie, which that's what we had said. Opportunity-wise, though, Sarah was likely not at the murder scene at the time of Charlie's death, around 9:37 p.m., because she was at home receiving a pizza delivery and had, well, a meatball sub and chicken tenders delivery, and had no transportation. In her statement, she says that oh, that's right, because they only had the one car, right? And
Yep.
Charles had it.
Yep.
So, yeah,
He
that
was
makes
in
sense.
it. He died in it.
Yeah, so
They had the
so
Honda.
so she wouldn't have been able to have the transportation if she was at home. So in her statement, she says that she was watching their daughter all night and that she and Charlie only have the one car. She does not mention the pizza delivery in her statement, but the receipt on Deviant Tracker indicates that she was home to receive the delivery. These facts are supported by crime scene description that corroborates that the car Charlie died in was registered in his name. Antonio's statement, which corroborates that Charlie left the reunion with someone else in his car, meaning it had been someone who attended the reunion. And then the delivery receipt, which corroborates that Sarah made an order at 9:12 p.m. and signed for the order in person. Per the fine print on the receipt, she received a delivery at her house less than or exactly 30 minutes from the order time. Based on this information, she can be eliminated as a suspect at this time. So, episode 3, we will be able to work to eliminate another suspect. Okay? So I'm going to grab a screenshot of this.
Definitely say I see the one complaint that people had about this series, and that was quote that it was way too ridiculously easy. You could solve it in as little as 10 to 15 minutes. I'm starting to understand that now, because if like you're quick at reading all the evidence, or you look at the photo first, like it gives you your answer so quickly. It's like
right.
So I am seeing where people are saying that, but I feel like there's still a lot of meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
I'm
so
really
that's the
liking
thing,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And I've seen those too, where people
Yeah.
are saying that they're able to solve some of these hunter killer cases, in 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
If you manage to find the exact right piece of evidence
You don't get
very first,
so into
like
it
if we
we
had
do.
looked at that receipt, the very first
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
then we probably would have been like, well, Sarah's eliminated. And we could have just left it at that. Like, well, all right, guys, 15 minutes in, we're done. Let's go, wrap it up. Right? But, we want to learn more, right? We want to know what's going on. We want to know the dirt. We want to
feel like there's a
know.
lot of dirt still to uncover too. I feel like they're
Yeah.
doing a really good job. Like I thought it was going to be a really quick series, but I feel like we're still really getting a lot of enjoyment out of it.
No, I agree.
And I've really had fun with you guys again tonight, like we always do. Just so fun to do it as a group.
Absolutely. All right, so there's that image that I will have and put in the
I'll say once we get the printer
Discord.
back up and going, we'll print that sucker out.
Yep, we'll be able to print that. We're also I'm gonna grab I can do this. There we go. I do that so you have enough room if you want to write notes on the side of it. All right, perfect. So we got that. So I'll get those put in the Discord here after stream of the solve. I'll make sure those are also that they've got the little spoiler on it in case somebody is looking at that. But you can just click that if you want to reread it. And then we can go from there. So let's go to I don't remember where I put what now. There we go. All right. So that's what we were able to find out, right, Chet? So we were able to find out that Sarah is eliminated. We've eliminated, who was the first one? Aura.
So I always want to call her Aurora, like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Aura.
Yeah, so Aura and Sarah have been eliminated. So we are down to
All the
3,
boys.
6, 7 suspects left.
It's all the boys. And
So we'll see on episode 3. And then so pay attention to Discord and Twitter. As soon as we come up with the date for episode 3, then we will get that posted so you know when to tune in next time, okay? So make sure that you take a look at our Discord. If you are not following our YouTube, there you go. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. And make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss the future Hunter Killer episodes. And absolutely Silent Moon. In the words of Elmer Fudd, there's something awfully screwy going on around here.
in this tiny little town.
Right? Exactly.
That is absolutely right.
But I hope you all have a absolutely fantastic night. And I will be back on tomorrow night, on Friday night, as we continue more, I think, with some more marbles, more of the brain layer stuff that I'm working on. So make sure you can feel free to tune into that. Again, if you're seeing this on YouTube and you don't know about the Twitch channel, feel free to check it out. All right, just over on Twitch TV, Strange Tangent. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out. It's a good time. It's a good group of people. We all enjoy having some fun and just hanging out for a little while. So feel free to tune in. So I think we will see you next time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time. Hopefully
Absolutely.
With more exciting stuff from Michelle Gray.
Right? Yeah, exactly. All right, so chat, stay safe, but above all else, make sure that you stay strange.